This is the Phantom, baby, and this is the Phantom's Epic Drive 2025. Documenting my 22 show, 10,000 mile, over 10,000 mile US tour in the year 2025. So normally when a rock musician goes on tour, a booking agent books them a tour. That's not how I do it. I book myself. So I play at all kinds of places. Some classic long-standing venues like Replay Lounge in Lawrence, Frankie's in Toledo, Otto Shrunken Head, New York City, baby. Star Bar in Atlanta, shout out to Dusty Booze and Professor Morte. But I also played in a lot of unconventional venues, basements, record stores, parking lots. Check out the first venue I played, which is Mutiny Info Cafe, comic book store in the great city of Denver. They do rock and roll shows in the basement, as they should. Maybe basements aren't quite your thing. Perhaps you'd prefer a parking lot. And of course, I also played at many of the more traditional style clubs, venues, etc. Had a great time at all of them. Just want to thank everyone who booked me. Every show was phenomenal. The whole thing that I could do, right there wouldn't die. Can't put it alive. Right there wouldn't die. Can't put it alive. Just one thing, I gotta know what you got hiding behind that door. As you can imagine, I spent a lot of time, maybe even most of the time, driving. But when I did have extra time, one of my favorite things to do is check out roadside attractions. One of the coolest ones I found was the Abita Mystery House in the great state of Louisiana, which if you have never been to Louisiana in June, I probably recommend finding a different time of the year to go there because it was extremely hot. But that kind of just added to it. So the Abita Mystery House is filled with alligator gaffs and mythological alligator creatures, including a ginormous one and lots of smaller ones. They also have a flying saucer. It is a really cool place. Another one of my favorites was the Hank Williams Museum in Montgomery, Alabama. Hank Williams is one of my favorite musicians and songwriters, so it was really cool to see. They had a lot of cool stuff in there. They don't let you take any photos except for of the Cadillac that he sadly passed away in the back of in between gigs. So that was great to see. Also got to check out the Atlanta Oddities Museum, got a private tour, really cool, really freaky, really odd. The Salem Witchboard Museum, which I also got a private tour of, which was really cool. And the Michigan Horror Museum, where they have a human skull. They also have witchboards and other freaky stuff. My other favorite activity when I have a couple extra minutes is to stop at these ginormous antique malls they have in the Midwest. It's like a Walmart, but filled with antiques. And if you're wondering what I like to buy at the antique stores, music memorabilia, movie memorabilia, and obviously vintage toys. Let me talk you through the pickups from this run. I got these all at various antique stores along the way. These first three items are a Rhythm and Blues magazine from the early 50s, sheet music for Route 66 by the Nat King Cole Trio, and sheet music for Reconversion Blues by Louis Jordan. That's all really early rock and roll before even people were calling it rock and roll. It was rhythm and blues, and it was a little bit of jazz, but it was really the music we would come to call rock and roll. Also grabbed a lot of toys from, mostly these are from the 80s, Masters of the Universe, wrestling, Thundercats, movie memorabilia. I love cult movies, horror movies. You can see I found this Anne Francis signed 8x10. She was in the sci-fi classic Forbidden Planet. Also, this promotional poster and booklet for Death Race 2000, one of Roger Corman's many ridiculous movies. And perhaps the coolest score of all was this big Alan Freed rock and roll poster all the way from the 1950s. Every collector has got their rules and the way they do things. I only buy stuff in person. I don't buy stuff online, and I also do not pay collector prices. I also have to thank my ghoul friends, which brought me many gifts from across the land. I got all kinds of stuff: bone jewelry, comic books, records, and 2 different hot sauces. So thank you all. I appreciate the gifts. I love it. Going back to the shows, the last show I did was in Columbia, Missouri, at this really cool punk rock warehouse. I did the show. It was awesome. The world record hacky sack champ was at the show. And then I got in my car and drove back to California, which is not a short drive, very long drive, in fact. Then I was home for about a week, and I did a gig in San Francisco in an alley with my band. Then that weekend, I got out on the road again, did a show in Las Vegas, and then did the Mad Monster Party in Phoenix, Arizona, which is a really cool horror convention that I was graciously invited to. Really good time. I played on Saturday night. I vended my stuff. I also got to meet the great Robert Englund, also known as Freddy Krueger. That just about wraps it up. Thank you for watching, Ghoul Friends. I love y'all, and I hope to be back on the road soon. As I was sitting on my couch editing this, I decided I wanted to put in a second thank you because I'm just so appreciative to everybody who booked me, everybody who came to one of the shows, everybody who came to more than one of the shows, and everybody who told me they drove several hours to get to a show, which every single show had people say that. We're going to keep on rocking. We're going to stay ghoulish.